Raquel Ghany I am from the district of Maracas Bay, Santa Cruz, Fillette. I grew up under a mechanic upbringing. So, community, I know the community. I've served at the PTA level at Pastora Government Primary School. I'm serving on Laventille Regional Life Center School Board at the constituency executive level as the secretary. So I've always been serving the community.
So in terms of serving the community in the ways that you just outlined, but saying, okay, I'm going to take a step more.
Yes.
What actually pushed you?
Okay. At the regional level, it's about community. So at this level, we can be more intact with the people, which we already are. And we could get things done under the community, and for the community under the local government level.
So in terms of being more in touch with the community, what is the community saying? What are some of the things that the community is saying they want?
Well, on the ground so far, I've been getting a positive vibe from the community. The youths are begging for center where they can have programs to help, because it have youths that are out of school, their parents, they're under single parenting, and sometimes these parents don't have money to send these children to school. So they are asking us to bring to them some programs to help. They want basic maths and English and some kind of trade. In our community, we don't have anything like that. So I see at the local level, we could help through the village councils, which have started visiting and having meetings with these village councils to revamp it in order to bring the programs to the community centers where we can have these youths housed.
I like the fact that you say you've had a lot of experience and service in education, and you speak to actually wanting to do that if successful at this level. What are some of the other plans that you have?
Other plans, like, well, I have some of the recreational grounds need refurbishing and constructing. Take, for instance, Las Cuevas. Las Cuevas recreational ground has been neglected for so many years. I've visited there. The recreation ground need drainage and it need lighting. So I plan to have that accomplished.
And what about support bases? Who agreed with you and said, yes, it's a good idea, or was it a challenge for your family saying when you told them that this is what you're going to do?
In the community, there are persons who are able to help with these initiatives. Corporate community. The corporate community are willing to come on board, but they have to see that there is some proper representation. And if it is I'm chosen to be the local government member for Maracas Bay, Santa Cruz, Fillette, I will have the help of the corporate community.
I'm wondering though, saying that, okay, this is something that I want to do, was it ever a question of which party are you going to align yourself to, or was it always a matter, okay, if I'm doing this, it will be with the UNC?
No, well, why I chose the UNC, because as a woman, I was guided by the vision of my political leader, the Honorable Kamala Prasad-Bissessa, and she has always been focused on community, people, and youths. So that is why I chose the United National Congress.
Do you think it'll be easier with the PNM as the general administration now, or what kind of situation do you see going into it?
There will be challenges, I know, but there are allocations in the local government, so that will not hamper my getting what I have to accomplish to be done.
There's a lot of talk, there was a lot of consultation going into local government reforms. I'm wondering, what are some of the things that you specifically would want to see, and how would they benefit the area that you want to represent?
Yeah, well, we have a lot to be accomplished. and benefited. First, to begin with, the community centers in our district. There's only one community center, two community centers that was rebuilt, Granford Community Center and Gasparillo Community Center. These community centers are, how should I put it? It's not in a populated area. Let me tell you the areas that are populated that need a community center. Cantaro Village needs a proper community center. That population is a large population, over 10,000 people. La Pastora Community Center, there are a lot of people up there. Those two community centers need to be focused on. So this is what we need to accomplish if we have local government reform.
You said those two centers, Gasparillo and where, sorry?
No, the ones that was built.
Yes, they were built, but where were they? You said, okay, they were built in areas that aren't
And not
as
heavily populated as the
Cantaro
and La Pastora.
But who built them?
Well, those community centers were built under the United National Congress. Reason being that those community centers were put into making before the administration came into power, before 2010.
Okay. So in terms of saying, okay, well, this is an area that we want to deal with a little more, you say so Cantaro is a little more heavily populated as well as La Pastora.
Yes.
What are some of the things that you see going on in those community centers when they're on the ground? Because we're thinking positive. They're going to happen. What happens there when they're established?
Well, the community centers are housed, the centers on the whole, they are not properly constructed. So to have any major events in those community centers it cannot happen.